Thank you for joining me. It's your day off today. It's a day off for a lot of people because it is a public bank holiday here in the UK. We're just about to begin the broadcast, Chris. You might want to join us on the channel. This is kind of a side, sort of behind the scenes look. Jimmie wanted to just check out, didn't you, Jimmie?
Yeah, I don't think this is. I think this is not gonna work sound wise.
Oh, why? They can't hear me?
I think they can hear you, but I'm thinking they're hearing you double.
Well, the point is, why can't you just leave it running? And if it doesn't work, you can deal with it later. There's a delete button. But listen, not only that, we're not only live. This is one good thing about Haps, is that when somebody is live with another person, then it's not just going out to the main producer broadcasters channels, in this case yours, because you started this broadcast on your channel and platform there, Jimmie. So it's also now going to mine as well, because you invited me onto the broadcast. So it kind of is like that effect, a bit like the old pyramid effect, where it's better than the pyramid selling effect, really, sort of thing. Anyway, what's going on with the comments? We've got to catch up with these comments on Haps just before we get the main thing underway. Oh, look, Ohio's here as well. Look
at that.
Yeah. Listen, guys and girls, if you really want to join the broadcast, you've got to head over any browser to ShineCast.live. Or alternatively, you can check it out on the Facebook channel or on Twitter and search for ShineCast. It'll all become apparent, but of course.
Cheers.
What are you laughing at, Jimmie?
This is great.
Okay.
Brenda says it looks great. How does it sound? I'm wondering how it sounds from the other side.
Okay, well, for me, there's an echo, and I'm actually going to get rid of that echo with a little bit of a little technology here. I wonder if I plug that in. I just need to. The trouble is, okay, as I said to you before, you can't mute fully the sound on this device that I'm pointing at here. Just everyone over there, you probably want to say hello to you. We'll be with you soon.
She says it sounds fantastic. Okay, it sounds okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I guess I'm listening to Haps and I'm listening to StreamYard at the same time.
I don't know what you're listening to.
And you're talking into two. Was it cameras? You're talking into two places.
I am. Yeah, but the thing is, anyone watching only sees from the one production, whether it's here on ShineCast or there on Haps at the moment. We're going to get this sorted out. It might even be sorted out by the second show of this brand new year. Should we get things underway then? And roll the titles and all that sort of jazz?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. We'll press that magic button there. Hey, bear with us, everyone. Again, if you want to really join the main broadcast at the moment until it reaches Haps, as I say, and I can't even post the recording on Haps. You're supposed to be able to post various videos and pictures, but I'm not allowed to at the moment because I'm such a newbie. But maybe Peter or Pablo at Haps will be onto that soon when they realise what we're doing and trying to do here. Right, press that magic button there, and right, it's the first one of the brand new year, Jimmie. It's ShineCast. Let's get those. Oh, they won't even see the titles on Haps, will they? Oh,
well, wait a second. That's not true, because what I can do is I can actually present it here.
You're going to cause yourself loads of feedback, loopback, howl round problems as well. For those that work in audio and video, they know exactly what I mean, but maybe not. But I haven't even thought about the production workflow when it comes to Haps right now. Jimmie just said, I want to do it on Haps. And I said, well, leave it to you. But as a live video producer with a lot of experience, I certainly know how complicated this could be. I see what you're doing. You're being very kind to people there on Haps. Oh, I thought you were going to half share it there, Jimmie. That would have been funny. Right. I see what you've done. Now Martin is fuzzy. Yeah. My head, after what I'm just trying to deal with here, you're not, I can imagine I am fuzzy. Jimmie, you know, we had a few technical problems where I did with the internet connection as always here before we went live anywhere. I actually think I resolved the problem. I think so. So in other words, the time it's taken kind of was worth it. Right. What I'm also going to do is just adjust. I haven't got a stutter. Just adjust my shot there because I'll probably be sitting. Right, okay, let's get this underway then. It's ShineCast.live, any browser. Jimmie, have you sorted what you had to? You have. Good boy.
Yes,
let's do it. Here we go. Titles in 5. It worked. Yes, no glitches there on the title sequence, but hey, that's just one button that I got to press. I heard a little chuckle there in the background all the way between here, London, England, and over there. Hello, Jimmy.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
It is a good New Year so far, but then, well,
I'm bringing in the New Year. I'm bringing in the New Year with oh, look, you can't even see because it's a green bottle. Oh, here, you know what? Here, this is here. I'll show you the box instead. Here you go. Oh, here. That's so. This company's been around since what? Here we go. Where's my finger? 1673.
Your fingers at the end of your hand, as it usually is, kind of opposite direction to your elbow, if it helps.
So that's what I'm drinking now.
I'm just saying, Jimmy, what an opener! I mean, that oh boy. Listen, you know what? Don't forget, we're broadcasting here live on ShineCast.live, any browser, but of course on Facebook channels, on Twitter, currently on Periscope, although that's pretty much destined to be put into the ground 6 foot under forever in April the 1st, 2021. But the reason I'm mentioning all this techie stuff here as well, Jimmy, is because we're on the Haps app as well. You thought you had it sorted by sharing the screen, but of course, there is the added, I think, complication that not only are we on your Haps channel, that's haps.tv, it's a whole other thing for people that aren't into streaming. It's something you're going to and want to get to know, but because it's on my channel, Jimmy, I don't think my channel didn't share anything. You understand, the titles, etc. So I don't know if people would have seen that on there. But anyway, it's all good. So thank you for joining us wherever you happen to be, live or on the replay. Comments, please do comment. Absolutely, share, like, and definitely follow so you receive notifications when we do go live. It's the first one of a brand new year, as I say, 2021. Does it seem like we've left a large load on our shoulders, a big weight behind, Jimmy? What do you think?
I think, yeah. Well, you know what? I haven't had such a bad year, so I know a lot of people have been suffering this year. But
this is interesting.
Either
my internet connection has failed us, which I think it might have done, or Jimmy's frozen because of his connection, and I don't think it's his connection. It's not yours, is it, Jimmy?
Oh, I think mine is back.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. You look like
my internet show's fine.
Good. Then it must be this end of the world as it has been, and we thought we'd resolve the problem, but we will persist here with what we've got to do, and I'll just juggle with the technical difficulties if I have to.
Yeah. So what did you do for New Year's?
It was quiet. I stayed here in. I had a drink, little tipple there, the sherry, the port, that sort of thing. And I watched a few things online as well, including the firework display in London that took place that they said wasn't going to happen. Well, the main one that usually happens did not happen. But the public broadcaster, the BBC, put on a little show on the River Thames, but outside the O2 building, which is like a big, concert arena venue. It was originally called the Millennium Dome, which is why it was built to celebrate the year 2000 and a new millennium. But since then, it's become the O2. O2 is the sponsor of the building. Effectively, they are one of the main airtime carriers for mobile telephones and data, 3G, 4G here in the UK. So that's what I was doing, watching a little bit of that and some social media too. I did watch someone in Chicago broadcasting on Haps, and I'm trying to remember who that is now because I'm new to his broadcast, so I can't quite remember his name. It was Chicago Land. That might be the if not part of the actual handle that the user uses. That was quite pleasant, just seeing the Christmas sort of atmosphere. The broadcaster had put a little candle, one of these tea lights in front of his Christmas tree, and it was just very cozy looking anyway. Something tells me I should be saying it was Jimmy or Jim in Chicago, but maybe that's just because we're talking now, Mr. Jimmie Heaven, all the way from Japan. You are, that is.
Well, yeah, I had a great New Year. I actually wanted to share some pictures or whatever, but I'm not sure how to do that at this moment right here. Yeah, you're looking really good on Haps, Martin, but for some reason I can't get you to. Was it to your face is not moving on? Was it a StreamYard?
Really? But you can still hear me on StreamYard, I hope.
Yeah, I can hear you in both. I got the mic on both. So, yeah. So I've got you switched over to just Haps now. I was sharing you on a. This is a very interesting experiment we're doing here. So, wow, I'm out of my glass is empty. So yeah,
That happens very quickly these days, doesn't it, Jimmy? Just as soon
yeah.
as you filled it, it becomes an empty glass.
Well, I know that you said that, was it where you're living in England, in London, that I guess you're on a lockdown, an unofficial lockdown. That's what it is, right? It is in a lockdown.
Pretty much so. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it's called Tier 4 we were in, for the last few days or so. Well, since last year, technically. But yeah, it's Tier 4, which means that unless you have to go out of your home, essentially don't. Pretty much.
okay. Well, here, it's like things are pretty normal. It's a lot less people out there. In Japan, what I'm drinking. Let me see. She's asked me what I'm drinking, so I'm going to show her.
What's happened? Who's this?
Here. This is Brenda's on here. Let me put this up on screen here. Okay, so this is the box. Now you can't read it, but this brewery, this rice wine brewery, has been active since 1673. So here you go. You can see the bottle here. Oh yeah, you can see it on Haps. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We're doing great.
Rice wine, yeah. So that's what I'm drinking now. And I just filled up my glass. This is probably the last glass I'll have tonight before I switch over to a red wine.
And this red wine, is it a specific special Jimmie Heaven, favorite, or is it just one you happen to just?
Well, I got a Cabernet. I got a Cabernet. Was it open now? But I'm thinking about opening the Chianti. Looks posh, she says. Yes. Well, it is kind of posh.
What's going on in the background there, Jimmy? For those that aren't watching on Haps and are actually watching on ShineCast.
This side. Well, this here is the, what do you call it? It's the year of the bull. Chinese calendar horoscope. People on Haps can't see it, but you can see it in StreamYard. This is hilarious. Yeah, I love it. Okay, yeah. So
can
that's
you see
what's
the
going on.
complications that you introduced to this brand new year and our first broadcast of 2021?
The what you said?
Oh, I was saying, can you now appreciate the complications that have been introduced into this very first broadcast of a brand new year? On one broadcast, you have your green screen, and right, absolutely. But it is the year of the bull. Jimmy has a red background there, superimposed on his green screen, and it's a Chinese picture more so. But bearing in mind, and I just want to, on that note, it's interesting because there you are in Japan, and you've used a Chinese picture, and a lot of people, I would suggest, they see a similarity, or more so, between China and Japan in the culture, that sort of thing. But that's kind of like sharing Canada and the USA together and saying, they're the same thing.
It's much further apart. It's much further apart.
Well, that was the point I'm trying to make. So, but it just so happens that you chose a Chinese picture. Other than that, there's no.
It's a Japanese picture.
Oh, I thought we said earlier on, excuse me, but even when we were talking before we went live, you're sure about that? It's definitely a Japanese one.
The origin of was it 12-year? Was it an animal calendar? Is Chinese?
Yes, right. Understood.
So but this is a Japanese one. So okay, let me make it simple. So Japan has been an isolated country for a couple thousand years, other than a few people from Portugal, or was it Holland? They did some trade, but they pretty much shut out the rest of the world. So maybe the Japanese originally, the Japanese are known as Japanese now, not the natives that there are not too many of now, but the Japanese now, they came from the Korean peninsula and before Korea was Korea, so through China. So a lot of the oldest customs, or you would say even Buddhism, I would say some of the religious aspects and these things came from China. But then we're talking about close to 2,000 years ago, and since then it's been cut off from mainland China. So That's why. So it's completely. It's like comparing, was it let's say French culture to Russian? Is that far enough?
Really, you see the difference there is there's a few countries in between, whereas with you, it's the sea and
It's a sea,
water.
but there's been no communication, very little communication. I mean, America only started communicating with the rest of the world less about like was it 150 years ago? So it had really been closed off till then, and even when it was open a few hundred years ago, like when travelers or tradesmen would come to Japan, basically the foreigners were not allowed into the mainland. They had built a little tiny city with walls where they would keep the traders there, so they weren't allowed to walk the streets of Japan.
Yeah, it's ironic. I was going to say though that talking about the communication, and now look at the Chinese and Huawei and all those stories, and well, they're not just stories; it's a reality, of course. At the moment with 3G, 4G, 5G, so they're pretty much ahead of the curve now with communication.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to 6G. That's the one I'm looking for.
6G, gee. Okay, when do you think that will happen? The thing is, you joke about it.
Teleportation.
You think we're there already by the time we get to 6G?
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to take a few more steps.
The point is, though, it's like even when a computer is invented, manufactured, and then shipped, yeah? By the time it ships out and it's in the stores on the other side of the planet, even if it is only 6 months or a year down the line, then already they've pretty much decided what the next one's going to be, and it's already in a prototype, if not production.
Well, I know a lot of times they say 20 or 30 years. They usually the public is the technology that the public receives is about 20 or 30 years behind of what's actually out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of those conspiracy theories when it comes to.
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy theory whatsoever.
Oh no! Again, you misunderstood.
These are just facts. No, you think about let's say the internet or cell phones. This all happened 20 or 30 years after the fact.
We need a time machine.
No, that's just the way it was. That's the way it. I'm just saying, like a lot of the technology we have now was being used 20 or 30 years ago before the public had it. Usually the memory, the military, or was it the intelligence, was the agencies of the government.
Always, yeah, they've always got to be ahead of the curve. Certainly, there.
Yeah,
you're right.
So it's usually 20 or 30 years before. Same with you got electric cars or whatever. This has happened a long time ago. You're just starting to see it now, but this is stuff that's been happening 20, 30 years ago. Actually, they were probably killed off. The people that promoted this stuff in the 80s were usually silenced or their product bought out by the big car companies, but the technology existed.
I know what it's like to be silenced. Tell me something, though, the brand new year that's upon us now, how do you see it panning out?
Well, personally, I had a pretty good year. I had a good year. So if this year, 2021 is better than it was 20, hey, I'm happy. So I know a lot of people had it hard.
I was hoping you'd be a bit more specific, particularly as apparently it's already happened 30 years ago. If you follow what we were just saying, come on, keep up. I mean, yeah, we're 30 years behind, so someone somewhere knows what's going to happen this year.
You're talking about technology or what? What are you talking about? I was talking about technology.
Well, maybe, who knows? I mean, maybe. The thing is, for anyone coming back in a time machine from the future, this has already happened. So they may be, where do you want to go with those thought processes? I'm just putting it all into the mix, as they say.
Do you believe in time travel?
I'd never say that anything is impossible. Anything that you think, and wonder about is potentially possible. I mean, look how Amazon.com, we always come back to them somehow, don't we? Every month, at least once, and usually more so, particularly with the pandemic. Everyone told that man, they just laughed at him in the face, either metaphorically or literally. I mean, it started out, a few packages being taken from Jeff Bezos' garage, one that he had procured, if not the actual one he had at the time. And he was going down to the post office himself and mailing everything out. And then we hear on the news, people, they almost have this vitriolic kind of response to Amazon making billions of dollars now every week, certainly through the pandemic, and suggesting that they shouldn't be and they're doing something wrong, when
No, they're doing great. It's great.
every other company, the small little independent in your local high street, in a village, in a town, has the opportunity to do the same. It's not too late to begin now.
Well,
We're
hold on a
starting a
second.
couple of projects here now like that, you know, for some small communities. I say we, that's myself and the new business that's about to prevail over 2021, all to do, no coincidence, with video and live video. But as I say, the fact is, you speak to, I would say, the average business still in the high street, all right, that has a store. You speak to them and you ask them, is business okay? They're like, well, no, you know, oh no, business is bad, it's suffering. And you'd be shocked at the number that still, for whatever reason, have not chosen to promote themselves more online through this COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely. And you know what you're mentioning, was it, of course, Amazon is not the only, was it online, was it a store or place, you know, for retail, but even if you don't even need to make your own thing. Because of Amazon, because of these auction sites, or because there's so many other sites that you can use their platform, and they have everything set up for you. So, you know,
precisely. I think it's called, I think it's esty.com. I think people verbally, yeah, colloquially, it's called is it ST? I think people, or Easty, I don't know, something like that. There's one called notonthehighstreet.com. Haven't heard about them for ages, but yes, there are platforms there. Just like if you want your own website, you don't need to know anything about websites. You can head over to the one that has been promoted in the UK for many months and the last handful of years, Wix, Wix.com, Israeli company. And there are many hundreds of websites, thousands through the world now that use that technology. I'm not going to go into it now. It's not necessarily a good thing as a short-term plan to get yourself off the ground for the first few months to start trading online. Yeah, do that. Use a third party to build your website. But very quickly, if not initially, you need to be mindful that you need to take ownership fully of your website and the data that it will start to collect. The problem with Amazon, as I've mentioned here before, and as an example, is that if you sign up to Amazon and open up your own store, then when people kind of start to follow you and be part of your community, if a few months down the line, anytime down the line, you decide to say enough's enough, I don't want to own that store anymore, then you, or more to the point, if you want to say to yourself, you know what, I want to continue this store elsewhere on a different platform or just on my own website and social media, you can't take literally the data and the people from Amazon. They own the data, and you can't use that yourself in the future if you decide that your relationship, for whatever reason, your relationship with Amazon is over. Jimmie, everyone can certainly see what is or isn't going on HAPS, but for now on ShineCast, we've taken you out of the equation just because that was a bit, not messy, but I wasn't sure what you were up to. It might have been a bathroom break. Who knows?
I had to grab this bottle. It's a bottle of inexpensive Chianti. I mean, all Chianti is not that expensive, so yeah.
It's not to be confused with Chianti, as a lot of people would for the first time look at it thinking.
Is that what what the British say?
I'm just suggesting that anyone seeing that for the first time, the way it's spelled on the bottle would be, oh, Chianti, when it's not. Yeah.
What rock are you living under, or how old are you that you haven't seen a bottle of Chianti?
I can't think of the last time physically I've seen a bottle. Not even on the shelf.
How about those bottles usually hanging in those was it Italian restaurants that have been around since the 60s or 70s? They usually have a bunch of bottles hanging from the ceiling or the wall.
Right. Yeah.
Wrapped with the twine, or what is that? Probably was it grape?
Yeah, I've seen those. This like little basket. It's I think
it's probably made out of. It's probably made out of grapevine. What is that made out of? It's probably grapevine.
Reeds. Is it not reed? No, the actual casing. Yeah, reeds. It looks like they've been woven around.
I know, but what
baskets are?
Well, now I'm actually wondering what it is because what is that?
Because you're Jimmie Heaven, you're very inquisitive.
I'm good. Yeah. Well, here we go. Was it
Jimmie, answer me this: when you were much younger and you used to go from A to B in some form of vehicle, were you always asking if you were there yet?
I was usually there. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Mentally or physically?
No, were you ever in the back seats? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Because of your inquisitiveness, I was just wondering.
The
Straight away you're
fiasco.
onto it. By the way, you checking your comments there on your haps? Don't forget that. You got a lot
No,
to do now. Yeah, as the
Fiasco. No, I'm
looking
looking at the Fiasco bottle. It's called the Fiasco bottle, the
Uh-huh.
old Chianti bottle here. Here we go. Okay, the bag is still made of sala or swamp weed, sun-dried and blanched with sulfur. The basket provides protection during transportation and handling. Also, a flat base for the container. Thus, the glass bottle can have a round bottom, which is much simpler to make by glass blowing, and that's why usually the back of the bottle is indented. So, yeah. So there you go.
Thank you for that insight, Jimmy. Do you know, talking to glass blowing, when I was in Gibraltar the last time, probably about, it's scary, it was probably about 6 years ago now, easily. When I was there is a plant there that they make glass bottles, glass anything, but you see them there with the furnace, and from just this long piece of hot molten glass, you see them making some great products. And then finally they have the store out the front where you can buy them.
Have you ever been to Venice?
Never been to Venice. Not yet, no.
Venetian glass, very famous.
Yep.
You don't see it in the middle of the island, but if you go anywhere around Venezia, the city.
Can we have that once more, please, Jimmy? Come on, once more. We got to do that again. Come on, once more. Gonna give it a good old suck of the thumb there. Make sure you've got it. Yeah, you don't want to waste anything there, please. Excellent. Let's see the glass. Yeah, you're right. It was full, and now it's started to empty already.
Excellent. This is under. It's got to be under $10. I bought this for. I'm probably like $8. $8. It's a good Chianti.
You see, that's expensive for a lot of people in the UK now. They go and buy this cheap wine in the grocery store, supermarket.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good cheap wine, but Japan doesn't have super cheap wine.
Right.
Is Chianti a dry wine? All I know is that it's a wine. Let me see if it's dry. It tastes like vitamins. This one does. Yeah, it's okay. Not too dry.
Don't forget, you can join us, everyone.
13%.
If you want to join us, you can do so right now by getting onto your favorite browser and typing in shinecast.live/join. Yeah, and of course they wouldn't know that on Haps either because there's no graphics on the screen.
What is it? Was it Brenda giving me a LOL award?
You got an award?
A LOL award.
Is that the first one of the year for you? An award?
No, there's more. There's a second LOL award.
Well, you've had two since midnight on the 31st of December.
What's a LOL award? Is that a lots of laugh award?
And the 1st of January 2021. It's a laugh out loud award, obviously. As we often call them on my channels, hands up. You see this LOL often is hands up. You see with the LOL 101.
You said, was it a laugh out loud?
I would suggest so, yeah. Unless Brenda wants to tell you that she's awarded it to you for something else.
I thought it was lots of laughs.
Or love.
What? I don't even understand what you're talking about anymore. I thought it was lots of laughs. It's laugh out loud. That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. It's why would it's lots of laughs or laugh out loud? It means that you've made someone laugh a lot, doesn't it? I don't think we need to worry about which of those two is correct, although I know I am. Not always, both, not always, but it is laugh out loud. They're going to tell you now if it's laugh out loud or not, even if Chris is still there, maybe.
Brenda says it's yes, laugh out loud.
Have you noticed another issue, so to speak, as well, we have with ShineCast at the moment now, the fact that we're broadcasting twice, more than twice, multiple times now, multiple times, is because now you have comments coming in on one platform, but others don't see it on the main platform because it's not going on the screen, which is fine. But it's not necessary because you're explaining what the comments are before you answer them. And yeah, just saying that's why you got to work out what you're going to do first of all before you begin, sort of as a long-term plan, the workflow. You need to make.
Yes, I agree. Chris Bryant agrees that is laugh out loud. Well, you know what? I think eventually we're gonna figure out a way to do this, because basically what we want to do is broadcast in as many different places at one time. So
yeah, well, as I've explained to you, see, if you spoke to the HAPS team, they will tell you right now, they will not have any questions about it. They will tell you that you just log into your account there and on their platform, and you broadcast to wherever you want to broadcast to, subject to the few teething problems that they've been having. Well, more to the point, recently they have a lot of people joining over the Christmas and holiday period, and so they're having to. Their technology is, I say, struggling. It's falling over a little bit, but they're on it. You know, any product is only 99% safe and secure and reliable.
The thing, I think right now we're in an age where nothing is stagnant. So you have a product that it's continuously improved because if it's online or it's a technology,
yeah,
was it a
fluid situation?
Platform.
Yeah, but it's always growing. The thing is, it's easily scalable when it's digital as well, and it's not a tangible product as such. Certainly more easily, scalable than something in the real world, such as with deliveries. Again, the grocery store, supermarkets, they've suddenly been inundated with people ordering online their weekly shopping, and they had to scale that up very quickly in a way they never thought would happen so soon. They thought it was gradually happening, but suddenly, vroom, of course, up it went. The demand, particularly at the beginning of the pandemic. As I say, HAPs are onto all of that, but there are reasons why. Their product is not perfect, and nothing is. So there are a couple of things maybe missing, or that it doesn't do, or it's not capable of yet, why you might consider using something else more immediately. But for now, as I say, it's a great product, great platform for growing our audience, certainly here with the multiple projects that I'm going to be involved with over the coming weeks, etc., etc.
So are you? Was it communicating with them? Was it contacting HAPS on that front?
Well, not exactly, not yet, but literally over the next few hours I will be. But they're very helpful. They're more helpful. They're very approachable and helpful, and they do care about their community there.
I think you probably have a lot of good input, so you should definitely do that.
I think I do, but I'm not the only one using the app. I tell you, the one thing about it is, though, as well, is that because I'm new there, I've only recently started using the product, so I'm wondering if any points that I'm going to make have already been discussed and noted and identified. There was a problem that I saw about 5 days ago, and it was like an obvious one to me, and I'm thinking, come on, this has been around now, this product, for many months, so someone else must have by now found the problem and reported it and commented on it. But anyhow, I did, and apparently they hadn't, because the response from someone was as that they were like, tell us more, let us know, email us. So I will do that. But yeah, as I say, we're happy the way things are so far. Things are very good, certainly for anyone. I really highly recommend the HAPS app, definitely, which is ironically, I'm saying that because, of course, we're using a different technology here, right here, as I'm pointing, for the main ShineCast broadcast. You never know. This may become the main one over here. We're on the side. But there's pros and cons, as you know, with anything. Absolutely, with anything. You go to a grocery store, supermarket, it's your favorite one, but there's always at least one frigging product or one part of the service that you prefer somewhere else, and you just don't get it at that one that is 99.9% the one you prefer. Yeah.
You know what? I'm having a problem is that my biggest thing when we're doing these shows is that I want a snack.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm drinking wine, You know,
Yeah.
I want to eat nuts and some chips, but I can't do that. That's a big problem that I've been
Yes, you
trying
can.
to.
Yes, you can. Hey, here, I'll show you something now, Jimmy. See, I'm taking a drink right now, and no one can see it on ShineCast because I've taken myself off the screen, as you do. They do that in TV. You know, if you're talking with someone, the person who's talking, generally two people aren't always on the screen. So now you see on ShineCast, they can't see what they can see on Haps.
Yeah, but they can hear it. That's the big problem.
Are you saying I'm really? They can hear me slurping. Hold on a second. No, I don't think they did.
Oh, well, they can see
Anyway,
you on. They can see you on Haps.
absolutely, yeah, they can. That was my point. You see, that was another thing. So although I took you off the screen earlier intentionally, just while you were having a little delve down there to retrieve your bottle, so Haps saw it all. And the irony is, of course, as you know, and I know, on ShineCast, the great thing about it is that between the titles, because of it, I say eventually, we're going to chop the broadcast so it's nice and clean. When the titles start, the titles end. That's it.
Martin.
Yes, yes.
Brenda sent me. Was it a comment here? I'm going to put it up on the Haps. Let's see if you can see it on Haps.
What about the comments on ShineCast?
No, it's on Haps.
I thought she was saying she went to ShineCast and she can't.
She did. Yeah.
Can I see yeah, so it was about the comments. It was a comment asking about the comments. Keep up, Jimmy. How many of those glasses have you had so far? Anyhow, the answer is no. I can't see comments at the moment, and I was wondering. I just assumed that there weren't any over there.
Well, I'm looking at the comments. There's no comments.
Really? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, Jimmy, for verifying. So there you go. So apparently, maybe there's something going on there, or not going on, that should be going on. Confused? You will be. What's happening then? What's happening with the technology? We got to go check it out. Oh dear. Maybe it's failing us today. Maybe after all this, the main broadcast is actually failing us there. And if it is, well, it's lucky that we're on Haps Live, but also we'll be posting the fact that this is the point as well, because people on Haps right now can't see the main broadcast. I would have posted a recording and a video on demand for people on Haps to see the actual broadcast, titles, warts and all. But as I said at the beginning, unfortunately at the moment on my Haps account and Jimmy's Haps account, you cannot post videos, only go live on there right now. Yeah, apparently they have an exclusive club in quotes. And again,
hold on a second.
I'm holding on.
Hold on. When I go to my profile, I can see the videos that we've recorded up to now.
Okay.
So I can see it, but other people can't. So that means it is recorded. It's held on to. So there's got to be a way that you can access this, or maybe you have to post it.
My point is that on the main ShineCast, the recordings are there. The broadcast is recorded on ShineCast. Yes, and that was my point. I can't, once I've retrieved the broadcast from the main platform that we're using, I retrieve it, and the recording, I have it metaphorically in my hands. I can't at the moment post it to Haps because my Haps account doesn't allow that. Only a selected few are allowed to do that. Again, it's all to do with their one of the reasons to do with their infrastructure there at Haps, and the fact that they're inundated at the moment. And it's such an influx of people right now. Just double checking something. Interesting. So I'm just checking something else and making sure everything's hunky dory. I don't think it is, but that's not a problem.
So let's ask Brenda. What has she been doing? What did she do for New Year's? I could just sneak onto her Facebook and check. Actually.
Oh, you think she's posted all that stuff? Yeah. Right.
Probably.
They told me that what goes on in Ohio stays in Ohio, a bit like what goes on in the in Las Vegas. That's what they always say.
What we could do is, like, if Brenda doesn't want to tell us,
and London,
I could tell you what she was doing. Oh yeah, here we go. Wait, she's got a what is this? Some kind of GIF of the Alberge in Dubai? Is that what that is?
Oh, the what's that called? How do you pronounce that? The Burges, not bird.
Burge. No, the Burges.
Burges. Is
that the pub down the street?
Two birdies, yeah. Yeah. Don't they have a building there that's twin towers? Oh, no. I'm thinking of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, rather. Yeah, all out there. The twin towers and the Petronas towers.
She had well 15 hours ago. She had a New Year's Eve walk and reflection, according to Facebook.
Okay, right.
Is Brenda ever going to join us? What's the deal with that?
Join us? Oh, you mean on a like as in have a chat? Well, she's done that before. We want everyone to join us. Chris is still there, I hope, unless he's fallen asleep because he's been working hard. He's a busy man. Is Chris? He's out there in the man cave doing things with CDs, cassettes, even vinyl. Let me qualify that he does sell CDs and records.
Who does?
Was that 3 or 4 who's? Confused now.
One time was again. I say it again. Say it again.
I was just mentioning that one of our viewers today, Chris, he sells used music products. Yeah,
absolutely.
Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I say in his spare time, I guess as a sideline spare time, and it keeps him busy. But his main job and role, you may remember because he joined us. I'm sure it was with you, Jimmie. Approximately, well, it was last year. Let's say last year.
You're talking about Chris Bryant?
I am. Yeah, he works in a supermarket, night shifts, helping, I think, replenish the stock among other things.
I don't think he's ever joined us. Has he joined us?
Well, he's there. And he's been with me for a long time, as well as all the other people out there. So, and his wife, Heather, as well, she sometimes dips into our broadcasts, particularly on Facebook, if I remember rightly, as well, where we like people to interact because it's, but it's good. It's good quality video in general. And also you have the comments there and the facility to join in if you want to. But yeah, that's that rundown for you. Jimmie.
Yes.
We as I say this, it is Friday, January the 1st, 2021. For you, it's already tomorrow, early hours, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I'm on the second. I'm in the 2nd of January right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is it's mad. So you're always talking to me at this part of the broadcast. You're generally talking to me yesterday. And
I wanted to share something where I went to the fish market.
Okay.
And because in Japan they fish, they eat a lot of fish, and I went to the fish market and I was wondering if I wanted to share it with you. The fish market.
Nice. So that's okay. So we can do that in just a second. It's interesting how you just jump from one thing to the other, but we'll go with that while we're on the topic now. Tell me more about the fish market there. There was one, if I remember, listen, a lot of towns and sort of areas, fish, certainly in coastal towns, cities, they have a fish kind of market, don't they, for obvious reasons. I mean, you're not going to have a fish market necessarily in the middle of Geneva in Switzerland, which is a landlocked country for those that aren't aware. Whereas, of course, as you say, Japan, England, well, New Zealand. But I was going to mention as well on the northwest coast of the USA while I was there in Seattle, there was a great fish sort of market area there. Same for down in Southern California. I went to what was it called? I can't remember the name. San Pedro, it's actually called that, but nearby anyway, if not the area.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You're gonna let me try sharing here. I think we can do that. We've got to press the magic button. Oh,
you ready?
Oh, hang on.
You ready? Let's see what we got here.
I'm still here. It's all good. But have we got any sound on that possibly, Jimmie?
Oh, hold on. Maybe I forgot to share with sound.
What have we got?
Hold on. Let me reset. Let me reshare it. Let me reshare it here, because maybe I forgot to put the sound on. Oh, here we go. We're gonna share screen.
Reshare it. Okay.
There we go. I'm very new to this technology. Please. Here we go. Share audio. There we go. Okay, I'm ready to roll.
All right, you got your video, and by the way, of course, just be mindful.
I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it now. I'm sharing it now.
but people watching on the other side,
moving.
you know, the unofficial.
It's moving. I'm getting only the outside bit here. Let me see if I get another. Let me see if I can show you some more here. Here we go. God, there was so many people. This is about 4:30 in the morning on the 1st in Japan. So this is usually when they go out to buy fish for the new year. This is like, you know, they're going to be closed for another, was it 2-3 days? I'm moving too fast.
Oh, lobster.
Yeah, well, it's not a lobster. It's called the ise ebi in Japan. It's like a giant shrimp between a shrimp and a lobster, I guess. This is all here. This is all with it tuna here. I'm not doing a very good job of filming here now. I'm seeing here. I was just so crowded. I guess I didn't have a chance to move around enough. Oh, he's cutting the head off here. He's cutting the rest of the meat off. This is a fish of a head of tuna. See, this is all the meat here. Look at that. Look at that. This stuff is expensive, man. Really good meat. Look at squid. See the squid? Put it in a bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how far away from where you live is this place?
Well, we went with a taxi. It was about 10 minutes. It's about 3 kilos, 3.5 kilos, I think. It's like 4:30 in the morning.
We usually say kilometers. We never say kilos because otherwise people think you're talking weight.
Kilometers. No meters. Right, here's another guy cutting up fish. Here goes abalone. I think I'm coming to the end here. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, crab. I had crab today. I'll show you a little later. I had crab today, actually.
Okay.
There's a crab down there. Clams. There you go, clams. What else? Oh, I got a few more, huh? Here you go.
So let me just pick you up on your camera work. Your personal critique.
He's kind of blowing right now.
We got something else to watch.
Oh, he missed it. That's okay. It was blowfish. There's like called blow with the pufferfish. I actually took more video than I thought I did, and they're selling vegetables also. Now here, this guy bought some crab here. What else do we got here? Crabs. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It's a flatfish. What is that called? What's the flatfish called? Flounder.
Wow. Okay.
Look at those are pufferfish. Pufferfish.
I see that.
In the tank. Wow. All pufferfish. Look at that. And you know, in Japan, you need a special license to cut those up because they're poisonous.
You do?
Yep. Yep. You need a special license. It's not that, and not everybody can just buy that fish and cut it. You need a license for that. Now there's the pufferfish in there. You got a lot of crab. No, those are the ise ebi. Those mix. It's between a shrimp and a lobster there. It was just so crowded. You know what? I'm thinking about, Martin, of going back here one day with you live, actually, and going a little bit slower. Because if you're asking me questions, I'll actually go a little bit slower, I think.
That was the problem. You were just set loose there on your own. No, what you're trying to say is, as you say, that you felt that you were,
Okay, this is
fast moving the camera.
This is a shot of me. This is a place near where I live. It's a big shopping center right here. Shopping street area.
Yes, Jimmy.
And this is like it was snowing yesterday. I forgot to mention it was snowing.
Okay.
Okay. This is the night before dinner. It's called toshikoshi soba, and this is what you eat the night before. This is tempura that I made and my girlfriend with soba, the kind of noodles, buckwheat noodles that we made. So that's what we had for the night before.
That looks really fresh and healthy.
Of course, and a beer and a white beer. Here we go. And that's what we had. We didn't have champagne. I had a white sparkling wine with gold flakes. There's gold flakes in there.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That's the shopping area. That's the shopping street, which one day I would like to take you on a live when it's really busy. With the COVID, I don't care, man. I'll wear a mask and we'll go in there and we'll go shopping.
Yeah, but when you're somewhere kind of airy like that, then wearing a mask.
Oh, you remember this? Remember this? This is where the flea market was.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is about 15 minutes past midnight or 20 minutes past midnight, and there's a big group. There's a bigger group of people behind this tree.
There's a fly on the screen going all over the place. What's going on there? Look at that fly. It's a white little. Oh my God! It's still there on the stairs. Just on the stairs on the right. Oh, there it goes. It's gone again. Oh wow.
Well, anyway, here. That thing is. This is happening after midnight.
Okay.
So they go visit the temples and the shrines at midnight. Here we go. Let's see.
Must have been a moth at that time of night attracted to the light. It's gone now.
Right. Look at that. There's quite a few people there. Look at that. Where everybody's wearing masks. Let's see where else we got. This is my New Year's lunch. This is a lot of preserved food, black beans. This is made out of eggs. This is like a row of fish. This is row of fish too. These are small fish. There's sweets in the back.
Yep.
I'm trying to give you that's a top view of it. That's what I had for lunch today.
Right.
I'm trying to get to the. That was let's see. This is what I had at one of the shrines,
Beautiful.
And it's a noodle.
Again, it looks really healthy.
Called kishimen. It's called kishimen. It's a thick noodle, a thick flat noodle, and this is very local to the area that I live in. This is what we had for dinner: crab.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's always presented well, isn't it? You know, that's what I like as well. The presentation, it does definitely matter.
Yeah, of course, you know. And if you take a look at this spoon, this is a silver spoon that says Massachusetts. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah,
that looks like crab and crab poop to put on top of it. I'm assuming, but maybe not.
This is called crab miso, and it's actually the innards of the crab. That's probably my favorite part of the crab.
All right, and back to the. Oh, is that a bottle of almost champagne?
That's the bottle of. Was it a? What do you call it? That I had that I mentioned that I was drinking. So I guess that's it for the share for today.
It is?
Yep.
Jimmy, first of all, we need to thank Chris for his little donation there. And also, we have a question from Brenda asking about the poisonous fish. And they are okay to eat if you prepare them, I think. She said fixing them correctly, but if you prepare the fish correctly, I think you can eat them. Which one is she trying to remember? She can't remember the name.
It's called puffer. They're puffer fish in English, and they're good. They're good. They're delicacy. Are they super great? Are they super great? In my book, they're okay.
I've just seen a comment from Brenda, which is that the brown looking paste there with the crabs was their innards.
Well, it's innards, or it's called miso, which means almost like brains in Japanese. So the crab brains or crab. Yeah, it's the innards. It's in the shell part, in the middle of the shell, and it's actually it's probably the favorite part of the crab. My favorite part of the crab.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you, Chris Bryant. Yeah, the brown stuff in the bowl, the innards. Yeah, it's the innards. It's great. So if you ever go to like a sushi restaurant and you ask for, was it kani miso? Kani is crab, and no, it's very good. No, she's giving me this green face, but no, it's very good. Yeah. It's much better. It's much better than most British food.
Good. Right. I'm not going to disagree with that. But then again, certainly much better than USA food, junk food. Oh my God.
Excuse me. Oh, come on. Everybody loves hot dogs and hamburgers. Yeah.
Do you know, it's funny you should say that, because you just reminded me of something. I can't have it this evening. I've got to have some chicken. Otherwise, it's not going to be edible in a couple of days. But soon, I bought myself, just before the holidays, a pizza, which was a hot dog pizza. I didn't specifically go to buy it. I just saw it for the first time. I'm having that. It looks so delicious. The picture on the front, I don't think it'll turn out the same way. It'll probably be burnt to a cinder if I'm not careful. You know, after the last pizza I cooked, it needed less time in the oven. But anyhow, no, yeah, you just reminded me. I never used to like hot dogs. I tried them once years ago. Didn't like. But
wait, hot dogs. Hot dogs.
I've always eaten hamburgers, but years ago I think I tried a hot dog, obviously from the wrong place. It didn't taste any good after one mouthful.
Chicago dogs are Polish. She here. Brenda's mentioning Chicago pizza, but Chicago pizza is Chicago pizza is great, but I think New York pizza is the best.
Well, they have pizza, of course, with the stuffing now. That's nice. Again, I just used to think, come on, what is this? They're trying to reinvent these things, just to be the next best thing, the next big thing, just to. But I got to tell you, there's a pizza here that I buy from time to time with a stuffed crust. Oh, it's amazing.
Are you talking about like Domino's and Pizza Hut? We're talking about real pizza, and you're bringing up like fast food with a pizza.
I was talking about a pizza that I buy from the grocery store supermarket, and it's got a stuffed crust, and it's just a very nice one.
Well, here's the deal. Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I am actually making pizzas myself now, so.
Right.
But there's no New York. There's not a good New York pizza, and let alone there's no way there's a Chicago pizza here. So yeah, a deep dish, square or rounds, a deep dish pizza. Yeah, Chicago pizza is great. I like the thin crust pepperoni. Europe had a lot of great pizzerias too. I think most of them are run by Turks or Middle Eastern, Iranians, Egyptians, a lot of Arabs, Middle Eastern, and Mediterranean people running the pizzerias in Europe. Very good, very good. So
Jimmie, I'm going to change the subject completely now.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Brexit. Europe is no longer part of the UK. The UK is no longer part of Europe.
Congratulations.
At 11 o'clock p.m. on December the 31st, 2020, an hour before midnight in the new year, the UK, that's local time in the UK, the country was no longer part. Actually, I'm actually, can I just clarify something? I'm actually wrong, and I need to be very mindful of this and correct myself, that the UK is a little bit of the UK is still part of the European economic sort of happenings, because of course Great Britain left the EU, but Northern Ireland did not when it comes to trading. Okay, so there are the rules and the terms and conditions for trading when it comes to Northern Ireland and the rest of Europe. That's different somewhat compared to the rest of England, Scotland and Wales. But anyway, that happened at 11 p.m. local time. Why? Because I guess, well, they're an hour ahead in Europe, so it was at midnight European time.
What is North Ireland? What do they trade?
What do they trade? Well, the same things that everywhere else trades. It's just that the agreement was that
I
The
understand.
great,
I understand. But what is their big trade? I mean, is it what? Is it Guinness? Are they? Is it Northern Ireland?
no, that would be Ireland. That would be Era, Southern Ireland.
So
And I
then,
say
what do they got to trade? What does Northern Ireland got to trade?
I can't think of anything specific. There was a company that I came across recently, an independent trader, and I think they are called. They're either bred in Northern Ireland or born in Northern Ireland. I'll have to double check them myself on the search engine later. But it's they sell all sorts of wares like kitchenware, gifts, clothes, all that sort of stuff. But it's a brand, a shop selling various items, a bit like one of those gift stores that you'd go to if you're visiting London, and they have these little ashtrays, all with the Union flag on, and t-shirts, sweaters, jumpers, baseball hats, that sort of thing. But the key thing is that the store has items from all local artists and artisan producers. Yeah, and the way it's all laid out, and it's just a great store that I've seen, but only virtually online, and it's well worth a look at if I could only remember the name. But you're checking out now. Is it bred in Northern Ireland?
Oh, I can't find it. It's telling me. It's giving me a quality. It's giving me. What does it say
What
here?
are you looking at now?
2016 Northern Ireland goods exported were valued at 7.7 billion
Yeah.
pounds. This represents an increase of 11.7% on the previous year when exported. Well, okay, but this is what in 2016. That's not telling me exact what do they export. That's what I want to know.
I don't know. But I think it is born, but it's born in NI as well. It's not the full name, but I'll double check that as I'm speaking with you. I'm doing something rare here, which is double checking online. And no, I'll have to definitely check out my my facts later and get back to you on all of that. I'm only continuing.
What does
Jimmy's on
Northern
something.
Ireland export?
Cold
Machinery equipment, food processing, textile, electronics, manufacturing are leading industries. Other industries include paper making, furniture making. I can see that. Aerospace and shipbuilding are also important, concentrated mostly in the eastern parts of Northern Ireland. Okay, so big industry. They got a big part in the big industry, which is good, I guess. So it's not like something that's this is very Northern Irish, so it's something textile. I'm thinking sweaters.
Because probably because I mentioned it before. I don't know.
Electronics manufacturing. So there was it's like they got outsourcing factories probably for cheap labor. Sounds like cheaper labor. Paper making, furniture manufacturing. I'm wondering if this is handmade goods or machined. But you wouldn't know, huh? Of course, you're not from Irish.
I'm just looking at the concentration on your face at the moment, there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well,
We know was it England used to export. Actually, that's true. Now I remember Brenda had some English exports. I'm not sure if they're made in England anymore. On her, I saw a picture she uploaded was a Cadbury.
Oh,
I think
right,
she
really?
meant, yeah, but it was like some kind of strange Cadbury.
For those that aren't aware, Cadbury is a brand of chocolate, and there's not many people that are not aware. But in certain parts of China, if they happen to be watching and they manage to get a good internet
I
signal
love
today,
Cadbury.
or
I love Cadbury, but the thing is, recently I think they're making in Eastern Europe or other places like they're.
I mentioned this on our previous broadcast. They were bought by the USA giant corporate
Nestle or something
called Kraft.
Popping candy inside.
Or as
popping
they would call
candy inside. Do you know about that? The Cadbury chocolate with the popping candy inside?
I think I might do. I may well do. Is that right? I mean, you have to ask Brenda if I know, only because I think I know the source of that product.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. But
Is that from you? Maybe.
Well, it's definitely from the Cadbury factory. Obviously, that's where it originated from. If you want to go online and check it out, because you're checking everything else out, but what you want to do is search for obviously the word Cadbury, and then it's called is it Million? Oh, it's called. Is it Celebration? No, it's not. Oh, it could be Cadbury Celebration. I can't remember the name of it now. It's. I don't know why they do it. They do a handful of different versions. They do one with the popping candy in it and stuff. But yeah,
give me facts. I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. Neither do I. It's not. It's not Celebration, is it? It's called. No, I've totally lost the plot now. But you go check out your
Cadbury Legacy products.
Yeah, people are going to be winners. Let me tell you. Don't forget, over the coming weeks on my various personal channels, it's my
Cadbury celebrations.
You're
right.
So remind you, because I hesitated there because there is a no. That's the thing. There's a brand that is Celebrations, and that's loads of little chocolate bars in a big container. So that's Celebrations. I can't remember.
Hello from Seattle. We got. Was it
that's Peter Bittner. Peter Bittner, that is. And I'll just take an opportunity now. Peter's one of the main men even, if I can untie my tongue on this New Year's Day here in London, England. By the way, this is what's crazy, Peter, is that, well, of course, only a few hours ago, of course, I was speaking to people in the USA, and they were on yesterday. But now I'm on Jimmy's yesterday. He's in Japan, and he's already in tomorrow, if that makes sense. He's on the 2nd of January over the date line there, Peter, the way it's all working. Peter, what I just wanted to mention regarding HAPS is at the moment we're broadcasting on another platform, which you're very much aware of, the brand. And we thought we'd go, well, Jimmie, who I'm speaking with there in Japan, he decided to go live on his HAPS account, not understanding the implications of the complications when you're multicasting from two different platforms, such as he has a green screen which you can't see on his HAPS app. Well, you can see the green screen. Oh, I wasn't saying either way whether it's positive or negative. I'm just saying that it's obviously the green screen. We're not seeing the effect because that's what's taking place on the other platform. The other thing, by the way, Peter, is that what I was going to say. Oh, have you disappeared there, Jimmie?
I'm here.
Jimmie's playing. No, we just see a nice picture of a putty cat there at the moment, a kitten. That's what we see from you right now, strangely. But yes, Peter, I know at the moment, literally everything's overloaded there for people who are watching HAPS and joining, and certainly you guys and girls that are working there, it's overloaded because even the infrastructure, you're having to scale this. I would suggest, I think I mentioned earlier, as far as I can see and sort of get the feeling, and with everything going on, that the infrastructure there is having to be scaled much faster following the sunset announcement by Periscope and Twitter recently. What I'm really upset about, in quotes, but understandable, is that I can't at the moment use my timeline like a blog on the HAPS app unless I post a live video, because I wanted to post an image earlier on, couldn't do that, and I couldn't post, for example, the video that we're producing now on this other platform. I realized we can't upload it to my account or Jimmie's account at the moment because we can't. Oh, there's lots of comments coming in there, Jimmie. I don't know where you got to.
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, look, try using this one for background and filters. I'm here. He goes.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not on the main. Oh, maybe you are. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think so. On the main. There you are. Now you're there. I was talking about there where you should be concentrating.
Okay, wait. This was it. Peter is suggesting something. Snap camera. Try using this one for backgrounds and filters. Okay,
yeah, I'm with him on that, but again, because what we're doing, Peter, we're using our original choice before HAPS of a platform which It's cloud-based, you know, the one based in, I think they're in Vancouver, definitely in Canada though. And so that's where they're headquartered. And the thing is, they're cloud-based, so the studio switcher technology is all in the cloud, like HAPS, but the problem is getting your hands on the output, on program output. I mentioned this before I went live to Jimmie, actually. And although you can put on HAPS not only your webcam, but you can also, you know, Blackmagic produce their wonderful, is it Web Presenter? I think that's the little box for about $500 that takes any.
Oh, hey, Martin, it's a message for you.
I'm going to read it when I finish, but I won't remember what I was saying now.
StreamYard, haha, you can say the name.
I know I can, but I'm just very mindful and considerate when it's unnecessary. That's yeah. So anyhow, so as I was saying, yeah, we can buy an extra little bit of technology to change our video signal into something that the technology here perhaps is fooled to thinking is a webcam. The problem with that, though, is it would just be nice if we could take, we could RTMP or RTSP, always get those two confused, into HAPS, as well as HAPS just detecting a webcam or something that's a faux webcam. Yeah, as the French might say. No worries, mate. Oh no, that's interesting, because that they very rarely use that word in the USA, mate. Although again, with the internet,
clearly hear that you are not from the USA, Martin.
Yes, but I was talking about Peter. So what are you saying? The fact that he's adapted his American English to British English, because that's,
maybe that's Seattle talk.
Oh, I was just, but that was my point. You know, yeah, that could be the next part of the conversation, absolutely. But no, we won't go. The fact is that in the USA, very rarely do people use the word mate, right? Mate, and that's because usually mate for many years and up until apparently now, it meant someone that was effectively your significant other. I bounced around, man. Oh, really? Hold on. Whoa, Mr. Heaven. Hold on. We've got an exclusive from one of the main men there.
I'm here. I just put it on the screen. I put it on the screen. I got a funny story from Seattle that I you know, there's by I think on First Street, but where the fish market is, there's like a pirate store. There's a pirate store there, and I used to work in Seattle. I lived in Los Angeles, so I would go there. I would go to the pirate store. I went to the pirate store one time, and they stopped me because they thought I was stealing in a pirate store.
Yes, dude. According to Peter, it's all right to call it. Yeah, dude is good, and I'm always dudette when it comes to the females, and they never. When I say that, they're kind of taken it back. I'm like, come on, it must be dudette if the guy's a dude. But anyway, carry on. Anyway, Jimmie, sorry, I'm.
No, wait. You're calling the girls dudette, or you are a dudette? Yeah. Is it? What are you?
No, I'm saying that if we're in the mindset of calling all the guys dude, then if suddenly there's a girl in the group, and I've been out and about in the USA, just maybe, you know, say meeting new friends, and as I say, in a social situation, of course the ladies are dudettes. It has to be.
A very Seattle story, yeah. Oh, I was working. I was stationed. I worked in LA, but I was at my company I would have to go for work, and I was a station. I think it was Fife. So and I would go to Seattle and go to Tacoma. Tacoma is a great city too. Yeah, a lot of antique stores and.
Funny you should mention Tacoma. I have yet to be someone who visits Tacoma. I have a good friend in Tacoma, and it's kind of halfway between Los Angeles and San Diego, right? I would say.
What
Peter says. Peter said, but then wouldn't it be a piratette? That sounds wrong. A piratette? It would be a piratette. I hear what you're saying there, right? Absolutely. But yeah, we'll have to maybe rework that at some point. Listen, Seattle is a great city. I was there 2 years ago on my last visit to the USA. Where was I exactly? I was at the convention center. That was it. There was because as a live video producer, I was at various locations. Oh, goodness me. I traveled quite a few thousand miles across the states to various conferences where we were live streaming them, and one was in the Seattle Convention Center. I seem to remember just this loads of glass in downtown Seattle. Now, particularly this, I got this vision in my mind now, big snapshot of that location. And Seattle, very clean. I stayed in a boutique hotel, and very, very pleasant. And as I said, we went downtown towards the Chinatown there and the sort of fishing area, and got to go back there definitely. Didn't have enough time to spend there before I headed down.
You didn't check out like the computer junkyards like that? I was like,
didn't have time. I was filming there, and I had more. We were on a tight schedule. So yeah, and there's a story there, Peter. What if you're still listening? When the bus company, we can mention them for sure. Freaking Greyhound. Okay, it was. I travelled Greyhound and was leaving Seattle to go via Portland, Oregon. Was the next stop, and when we got to Portland, Oregon, the bus. We had to switch over drivers, and there was a problem waiting for the driver. So it must have been something like 7 p.m. And they said, no, the next driver will be here in time for the bus to leave at approximately 9:30. Please be here and expect the bus to leave at 9:30. And so I went out of the bus station. I went to have a quick look around Portland, Oregon, very speedily. And I thought sensibly, I'll return at about 8:30, 8:45. Of course, I returned, and I was told that the bus had departed because they managed to find a driver sooner than they expected, meaning that my luggage had departed with the bus, and I was just standing there in the only clothes I now had, and all my equipments as well for filming had departed, heading to San Francisco. Luckily, when I reached San Francisco, everything was recovered and it was safe and sound. But I didn't need the added aggravation and stress. But also, if the bus had left without me, okay, if they had been mindful, they shouldn't have left anyway. But the point is, if they had taken the luggage off the bus, at least I could have decided, because I had to wait for the next bus down to San Francisco like 12 hours later, and just sit there at nighttime with nowhere to go. And
in San Francisco.
No, in Portland, because the bus had left. It was.
So you were sitting there in Portland, waiting for the next bus.
Waiting for the next bus, but my luggage was already en route to San Francisco, and I didn't therefore have the option to say to myself, you know what, the bus has left for San Francisco, maybe I'll head east and go to Chicago instead, or to Utah or something like that. I couldn't do that because I had to make sure I had my hands on my luggage, so I had to chase it down to San Francisco the next day. And
great city too. Well, I don't know about now.
I've been there before.
It's a very dirty city right now.
I started in San Francisco. We went to San Mateo, to the university there, also for part of the convention. It was all to do with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, for your information, people. Something that I've yet to really get into, which is it's quite scary actually, because I was working on that sort of project for about on and off for over the last. Well, not so much for the last 2 years, but before that, for a good.
Oh, thanks, Peter. We got a. What was it called again?
LOL award. It says so, but if you want to decipher that, I was telling you it means laugh out loud. Not lots of laughs. Not lots of laughs. But Jimmy wants it lots of laughs. That's fine. It doesn't matter. And also, for that matter, I know Peter's also sending lots of love to us.
Lots of love. I like that Absolutely.
One. I did mention it earlier on, but I think the alcohol meant that.
Cheers, Peter.
Thank you very much, Peter. Yeah, absolutely. Goodness me, talk about simulcasting and making sure, acknowledging both cameras and everything. Oh my goodness me. Right. Anyway, it's awful, said Peter early on. Yeah, I don't think they would comment. He wasn't commenting on your glass of wine there, because that's pretty delicious for you, right, Jimmy?
No, this is a very good Chianti. It's a very inexpensive. Probably about $8. I'm translating from Japanese money, so that's like 850 or 900 yen. So what is that? That's about. What is it about in dollars? It's probably about $8-9. We just translate directly. We'll just go with 100 yen as a dollar. Then it would be it's about between $8 and $9. It's not bad.
No, not really. No. But these days it's just people, again, prices have dropped so much on various items, but what with the 99-cent store in the US, that sort of thing. And over here we have Poundland. What's the cheap store in Japan, Jimmy? What is the actual cheap store called there? There must be one. A discount store.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? The
What did I
discount
say?
store. The discount store in Japan. What are you talking about? The discount store in Japan. We have a Costco. They have a Costco here too.
You want me to tell you again? Hold on. So what I was saying was that, you were mentioning the price of alcohol, and I'm saying to you that people have gotten used to so much now, things being discounted and not costing so much, particularly if they're not after quality. A lot of people, for example, maybe they drink every other night. Let's be fair there. I know some people drink every night, right? Not a good thing, in my opinion, depending on how much you drink. But I'm talking about some people have a bottle a night, and actually that's getting on for being very unhealthy. In the UK, I'm thinking particularly. But anyhow, all right, if you drink regularly, say as an example, you might regularly just have something that's not too much quality, but every week, every couple of weeks, you might say to yourself,
try to balance it out between
today,
quality
tonight,
and
I'm going to have
quantity.
something of quality. Anyhow, so we've got used to things being cheap, very affordable. In the USA, you have the 99-cent store, the dollar store. Here we have Poundland, as well as other independents. What do you have in Japan?
Okay, yeah, we have a dollar store. We have a dollar store, or 100 yen store, but I'm not buying wine there.
Oh no, absolutely. Portland was bad for you've disappeared there, Jimmy.
No, I'm here.
Why? Because the internet here seems to be absolutely fine. I think on this occasion it could be a Jimmie Heaven problem.
No. I'm there. I'm hear you perfectly on. Was it both ends? Yeah, you can't hear me? Are you saying you can't hear me, Martin? You can't hear me. I think there's something wrong with your end because my mic's working fine. I'm looking at the mic monitor on HAPS and it looks like it's.
I think I'm hearing you there, Jimmy.
Yeah. So we have a dollar store, like a 100 yen store. Yeah, you can buy a lot of things. Some of them have. It's not like the dollar store in the U.S. where they even have like vegetables now, but I'm not buying wine at the dollar store. We have a discount import store where we get a lot of stuff, and including Cadbury chocolate. I'm buying it. Was it this? I can hear you just fine. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Peter can hear me, so it was just Martin having problems. Yeah, but now the wine. I'm getting a discount import store. We don't have like a $2 chuck like we do in America, but got decent wine at an affordable price. Am I the only one? I'm the only drinker here. Was it Peter? What, you don't drink, Peter? Not a drinker? Well, I'm not a drinker, but look here. This is what we drink in Japan here. This is a rice wine. So I had a few glasses of this before I moved on to this Italian.
Well, you are on the job. On the job.
It's New Year's. No, it's New Year's.
It's unusual. Jimmy's drinking on the job, and I would suggest that it's not too often you will witness that experience from anyone. So yes, Jimmy,
no. I've decided that when we broadcast, I'm going to drink. In fact, I drink more here than I do in any other time during the week. Just for the show. I'm drinking for the show.
I on this over here, by the way, on here on HAPS, I know it's working fine.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I think things have gone a little bit, we might say, pear-shaped on the other platform, but that's because of the internet connection there. And I've been constantly onto it and on it during this broadcast. It's been a bit crazy, and it seems to have strangely fallen over.
What kind of whiskey you like, Peter? Do you like, was it a bourbon, or do you into like Irish or a Scotch?
Just waiting for him to.
Scotch. You're so whiskey and Scotch sort of guy. Peter's a Scotch. He likes Scotch. Sorry. Well, I'm just trying to respond to his comment here. Martin, you're not much of a drinker, or is it because I'm always catching you during the day? I mean, so Peter, he's in Seattle. So what time we're talking about? 16. I'm 16 hours ahead of him. So we're talking. Was it 2 in the
It's about
afternoon?
9:16.
It's like 9 or
It's about Jimmy. It's
in the
about
morning. I hear you. 9:16 in the morning. Yeah, so he's not drinking, of course. Yeah, I'm at 2:16 in the middle of the night on the second. So yeah, so I'm drinking. And so what is it? Is Peter working? Is he at work, or he's just like, was it
Peter's
talking and
always
hanging out?
working. How dare you even question that? Don't question that. Peter Bittner, he is one of the main men keeping everything afloat at Habs. We have spoken with him before, and we've even spoken about him before in a positive way. Why would we even be questioning that, whether it was or wasn't?
A Knob
Jimmy.
Creek and Glenfiddich. Oh, so you like Glenfiddich? You like was it the peat, like the very peaty, was it whiskeys? I'm in coffee mode now. Yeah. So you like it very, was it he likes a strong, was it Scotch? Yeah. Glenfiddich's good. Glenfiddich. Was it other? Isn't there another Glen? Glenfiddich and Glenmore. Is it
Yes.
what?
No. No. Come on. You know who you're thinking of.
Hold on. Glenfiddich and come on, Martin, give it to me.
Glenn Campbell.
That's the Motorhead guitar player.
No. I was thinking Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, okay. Was it right? It's Sylvester Stallone. Are you talking about?
Actually, one of my more.
Glenlivet. Glenlivet. That's what it was.
He's got it. Actually. Sorry. And talking to Glenn Campbell, let me just say Galveston. Great track.
Well, Glenn Campbell. No, it's Phil Campbell. Actually, I don't know why I said Glenn Campbell. It's Phil Campbell, Motorhead guitar player.
I know exactly. Don't give us that. I know exactly why Jimmy made that mistake. Jimmy, could you hold your glass up, please? Don't tell us you don't know what the mistake was caused by. Thank you very much. There you go. Right, it's caused by the fact the glass is almost empty, and no doubt the bottle too.
But the bottle
right.
is half full.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go for half empty, which I never do. People that have been watching and listening to me online or in general, encountering me in life, I will tell you now, the glass is generally always half full.
I think next time, if we do a show, I'm going to walk around. I'm in Nagoya, Japan, everybody people who don't know. And I'm going to walk around in the morning and then hand over the reins to you, Martin, where you control it at night so you can drink. How about that?
I'd have to go on a very long session until you come back again the next time when you had your 8 hours sleep. And, yeah, we could try that.
No. I'll be drinking coffee. And then you'll be drinking whatever you want.
Right. Apparently, Brenda's got to go to the bathroom soon.
This conversation is hilarious, is what she says. I don't say. Does that make it?
Sorry, you were saying, Jimmy?
No, I'm reading her comment.
Yeah, so was I. But apparently, she's going to be pissing herself.
Oh, okay.
Just to take a phrase out of your book. I'd never say such a thing on live streaming, but carry on.
So here, no. I have a question because, like, in Japan, like, okay, so was it in Europe, in America, Christmas is a very big family. Was it a big deal? And for me, was it in Japan? It's New Year's, the first 3 days of New Year's, which is really big. And I know, because I've lived in Europe and in America too, that it's very funny that so there's like 8 o'clock, 31st to the build up, midnight, cheers, Happy New Year, and then it's over. It's kind of like deflates after that. You know what I mean?
Well, it never actually inflated in the first place for me this year, really. And what I mean,
because you're in lockdown. You're in lockdown in London. Japan is like normal. It's just like, please be careful. Everybody wears masks, and plus the Japanese language is actually, a lot of it is spoken from behind the teeth into the throat. So it doesn't spread this COVID as wildly as the English language, the THs and the Rs and the Ps and the Fs.
Right. Interesting comment.
No,
Interesting
no,
point.
no, I'm serious, guys, because
Observation.
I'm teaching English. I'm teaching English in Japan. So,
Right.
yeah, that's the deal.
Actually, on a serious note, now you've mentioned that, I wonder how many groups of people that are dumb, sadly, for whatever reason they have that
Or deaf.
misfortune. No, we're
Oh,
talking
not
about.
not that kind of dumb.
It is that kind of dumb, but I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
the fact that what you just said, so they're not enunciating anything because they can't. And I wonder how many of them in their group are still safe or have contracted COVID. And from what you just said, they must be in a more safe environment than the average people that are talking because of the droplets.
Just because they're deaf and dumb doesn't mean they all hang out together. Come on.
I wasn't. Yeah, but I'm thinking more of their groups, their interest groups. That again, unfortunately, if I say so, such people find it difficult to be accepted and understood by the average person
You know
who
what?
is embodied. And
They mentioned that in the news in Japan. Actually, they were talking to people that were deaf and that use what do you call it?
sign language.
Not sign language, but they're using the lip reading. They're
Oh
using
yeah.
lip reading, and they're having a big problem because of the masks and all this plastic hanging everywhere.
Yeah, well, we knew that
And
from
the
day
mask.
one. Yeah. This was something that was brought up back in March 2020 when the pandemic really got underway here in the UK, and it was one of the first things. Come on, I didn't even need to experience it. I did shortly after, but I was thinking to myself, hold on a minute. When you're on a train, for example, and people, you're not supposed to give each other eye contact, but the unspoken rules because people just feel like, what are you looking at me for? Come on, man. Eye contact is what brings some of the best relationships together in the world, and you end up finding out your significant other, finding them, etc. So the thing is, I knew straight away. I'm like, hold on a minute. The average person just doesn't realize how it's going to affect society by wearing a mask, and yeah, of course it has done. Even myself, I knew I was going to find this out, but the reality is, and the starkness of it, when you go into a store and you start having a conversation for the first time and you have a mask on, and that part of your brain which is going, oh, I can't see the person's mouth to see if they're kind of serious or they're just trying to have a little joke and that sort of thing, right? And
it's a very interesting thing that English is a lot more. Was it expression? Use a lot more expression. I'm going to show you something here, but the Japanese language.
Exclusive. Oh, right.
The Japanese language. The Japanese language uses. Was it only language? They're unexpressive. And most people will find that once they hang out, like they don't. You feel like they don't express themselves, but everything is expressed in language, in words.
I would suggest that what you're saying, Jimmy, is that when it comes to Japan, a lot of people are more poker faced than anywhere else.
Yeah, they express only with language, so they expect you to understand just by spoken language, even the unspoken language. And I actually bought these recently. And I haven't used them, but I bought them in emergency because sometimes I have to go to school or a university to teach English. And by wearing a mask, I don't like covering up my mouth because I have to speak clearly. And I know that English is very expressive with the face and the mouth and the hands. Well, that's Italian, sorry. But see, I bought these. See this, you hang them on your glasses. I do wear glasses at times, and these are actually clear masks. I know they have face shields, but this is a clear mask completely that you hang on the glasses so you can see the mouth. And so I bought these specifically just in case I would need them while teaching a class, especially if I'm teaching a high school class.
I looked into that some time ago. Of course, they did start producing clear masks, but a lot of them, plastic based, and it gets very steamy and hot in there, etc., and uncomfortable. But not terribly. But I'm just making that point that it is potentially not ideal. But also, I tell you what became popular is the masks that were being produced where they have. It doesn't have to be your own. You can have your own face printed on it. You can have. They have like. Obviously, there's the fun ones that have an animals kind of.
No, come on. This I was actually here. I haven't even used it yet, but I'll show you here. You can't see it because it's clear. I haven't used it because I haven't had to use it because I know I'm a lot of times I'm saying this because Peter has said that it's that's pretty cool. This is I'm opening this for the first time now. I'm going to show because Peter said it's cool. Yeah, there you go. Let's try it with a pair of glasses so you can see. Yeah, I don't know if this is just okay. Yeah. Oh, so Peter has to leave, so it's going to be something like this on the glasses, hanging from the glasses like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach me with the questions at. Okay. Great, Peter. Thanks for joining us. It was nice meeting you, and maybe Peter will join us in one of our broadcasts where we just talk, and Peter can join us and actually talk, so we don't have to. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and we would like to talk about HAPS because of this new technology and because of the situation that the world is in. It's actually, I think a lot of people are starting to have to get used to this kind of technology. So that'd be a great conversation too.
Do you know what, Jimmy? Look at the time.
Yes.
Look how late it is there for you.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm free all day. All I'm doing is eating and sleeping anyway. Thank you, Peter. Okay, so he's probably gone now. Yeah. Anyway, that was a good guest to have in the chat. Unfortunately, it was.
And Pablo, when he joins sometimes as well on the techie side of stuff, I believe he's. I think that's his role there. But and yeah. Even Mark sometimes dips in and out in between. Obviously, all the other business that they need to attend to there, like any company. Wowzers! Wow.
Let me add him here. Here, subscribe. I gotta subscribe. That's what we gotta do. Here, I've subscribed.
Awesome.
Yeah. Seattle, Washington, head of community.
That's it.
Yeah. So, what are you doing today, Martin?
What did I do today? I woke up late today on the 1st of January 2021, and this is a Friday as well. So that's, long weekend. Of course, it was a bank holiday, public holiday anyway, as it is most places on January the 1st. And that means a long weekend. Tomorrow's Saturday, Sunday. I'll be working all the time. I'm going to get this technology sorted out. I'm going to have to just always keep it polite. Upset at the technology here at the moment. We're using some high-end technology and it is failing us, and that isn't good. I'm going to get to the bottom of it over the next, certainly before the beginning of next week, because that's really where things start pushing forward in a big way here at Sunshine Productions.
Yeah. What is it here? Brenda's making a comment here. They are so much more helpful than Perry ever was. I don't know Perry.
You don't want to. You don't need to. But you see, as far as I'm concerned,
Periscope.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think basically, okay. What? Let's see. How many people are actually subscribed, broadcasting on HAPS at the moment? Are we catching up? Are we on here at the beginning here of HAPS? Is that what the deal is?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. I don't know, because I think Peter's gone, so I'm gonna have to ask you.
HAPS has been around for at least 18 months, 20 months.
Okay, so we're still in the beginning of it. So maybe
Jimmy, we're still in the beginning of the internet in reality, bearing in mind what I mentioned earlier on about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
I want to get into that this year. I want to get into the investment of Bitcoin this year. Not Bitcoin, it doesn't have to be Bitcoin, but a cryptocurrency. Maybe I should put some bucks in there, a few dollars. But actually this year I've been into silver, so last year. So I'm getting into silver. I'm actually looking for silver statues and silver, like bigger pieces of silver. Gold is a little bit like out of reach, but silver is a little bit. I can get into silver, but yeah, the cryptocurrency. How about you? Are you involved in any cryptocurrency, or was it internet stocks, or was it
No cryptocurrency at the moment. No, not yet.
I think I need to go take a lesson in that.
Oh, sorry, I thought you. All right, I thought you were telling me a bathroom visit was due soon. I bet it is immediately this broadcast ends. Oh yeah, Jimmy, you're going to need a bottle there, aren't you? A very big bottle in the future when we broadcast, because
I got 3 big bottles right here. I got I got another one right here. I got 3 bottles here.
So I was right. You're going to need some sort of container, all right, so that when they have processed within.
I have prepared already, before you even know it, I got a big can of sauerkraut right here.
I probably wish. What brand was that one? Was that a Japanese brand by any chance?
Meminger. This is German. This is
it
German.
German? Is it?
Of course it's German.
Okay.
Here is it. Bringt Geschmack auf den Teller. It looks like it's produced in Russia, though.
Oh my goodness me, Jimmy! That goes with your shirt that you're wearing today, the sweater. If we could have a look at those together, that would be really good. Actually, on the
I got this today.
Can we just see that? Yeah, you see, that's the sort of thing they have to do in space, isn't it? Is like, kind of improvise. Yeah?
No. Wait. Brenda is saying that I have Jimmie has a strong bladder. No, I have a very weak bladder, actually.
Is that really where this broadcast has come to now? The topic is bladders.
And it says, "Ooh, I had some yesterday, and we'll do today." I don't know if she's talking about the bladder or she's talking about the sauerkraut. I'm thinking.
I don't question that she's talking about the bladder. We can safely assume that is a fact. However,
I think we're going back. I would think we're going back to the haggis? Oh no, the haggis was intestines, not the bladder. Is it stomach?
Yeah, testings. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Yes, we did that at the very top of the show. Oh goodness me, this has been an experience, and as I say, we're going to have to sort that technical stuff out definitely over the next few hours. And it's frustrating me now, even as I speak with you. The internet's 1 minute it's okay, then it's dipping and stuff. But yes, it's recovered, but only because I'm on top of things. We've got other things to be worrying about when we're broadcasting. Not is the technology working? As a self-operator, producer, video content creator like yourself, Jimmie, so yeah, it keeps you on your toes.
I need to try haggis.
Do you? Funny enough, Brenda said the same thing just a moment ago. Oh, that's a coincidence.
Well, here's the thing, Brenda. Like, you are probably okay. Okay. Brenda's in Ohio, so like what I'm thinking is you need a certain amount of ingredients. So in Japan, I'm not sure I could even get the ingredients right.
Right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in 1971, it became illegal to import haggis into the United States from the UK due to a ban on food containing sheep lung, which constitutes 10 to 15% of the traditional recipe. The ban encompasses all lungs, as fluids such as stomach acid and phlegm may enter the lung during slaughter. So I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to import some of that from Mexico.
My thought on that, though, is that if the traditional recipe is one that doesn't conform to the laws and therefore you can't import it, wouldn't one of the producers and manufacturers said, right, okay, we'll make something, we'll make an alternative that is very close to the traditional recipe, but it certainly tastes the same, if not almost the same, and
here
then
we
distribute
go.
that.
Okay, preparation takes overnight. Cooking time 2 hours. Serves to food 4 to 6 people. You need heart and lungs of one lamb, only one lamb. 450 grams, 1 pound of beef. Lamb trimmings, fat, lean. 2 onions, finely chopped. Some oatmeal, table salt, black pepper, coriander, mace. 1 tablespoon of mace. I don't even know what mace is. 1 tablespoon of nutmeg. Water enough to cook for the haggis, and stock from lungs and trimmings. So the lungs and trimmings. The lungs is what you're having problems with in the United States.
There you go. They certainly are at the moment with the respiratory, the situation and virus.
But I think you can get that stuff in Mexico. But here's the thing: if you
Canada?
can find it, if you can find an Irish community,
Canada?
No.
Haiti,
if you can find an Irish community where you live, if you can find a Irish community where you live, I'm sure you can get haggis. That's the deal.
Yonkers, USA.
Because there's too many things that are illegal that should not be illegal around the world, including the United States, it's just ridiculous. So if I wanted to eat something traditional that was not legal, I would find another route. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm just that kind of guy. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm not eating dogs or anything like that, but
Well, they are. Your neighbors are down there in Korea.
yes, they are. Yes, they are, they. It's a very. I think I don't know if it's true, but they actually. I hear they beat the dog just to get the adrenaline flowing. But I think it's kind of like the
That sounds rude, Jimmy, beating the dog.
and
But listen, it's funny you should say that
like the
because
adrenochrome, like the adrenochrome kind of deal, like where the elite are drinking the adrenochrome from children that are been harvested. Well, yes, and if whether you believe it, that's your choice. Was it Martin's not saying anything to that?
I'm just listening. Yeah, well, now it's strange that you're talking about eating dogs now, and that's what we're talking about at the very top of the sort of program today, the broadcast today. No,
Well,
hot
okay,
dog.
for instance, a lot of places in the United States, it's illegal to eat horse. In Japan, you can eat horse, and actually, horse is pretty good.
Why is it illegal to eat horse?
I think it's depending on what the culture views the animal as.
There you go. You said it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so it's all about local government, local laws, man-made rules.
Local culture. But in that case, I think in America, everything should be legal to extent.
Can you not understand? Well, you do understand, but this is why most of what we have to listen to from, well, our apparent leaders who haven't led too well through the COVID-19 situation, in my opinion, but it's all a matter of opinion and what somebody decides. You know what? Today, I think I'm going to take this stance. I'm going to let all the other people around me know that I work with politicians, and that's going to be the way forward, and that's going to be our policy. And if the rest of the country doesn't like it, well, yeah.
Well, I think it's just like, I don't agree with mass farming, mass farming. I don't agree with killing, but
I don't want you to be specific. I don't want you to be specific. I mean, this is just in a general context.
In a general context,
right now, think that it's okay to look at the Uyghur people in the way that they are, and apparently the horrendous acts that are taking place there in the northwest of China, that rough region, I think it is. But to them, it's okay. They don't see anything wrong in it.
Individually, the Chinese are fine. As a country, they're shit, dude.
Individually, do you mean as an individual mortal and as a person when you
exactly,
take
and that's the beauty of America. Let me tell you something.
That's an obvious. That's a given, Jimmy.
No, it's not a given.
No, it is
not a given. It's not a given. It's not a given.
When you're on a train over here or a bus, and there's 3 or 4 or more students finishing school for the day, they will act in a completely atrocious way. They will be obnoxious. They own the bus. They'll have their speaker on loud on their cell phone playing their music like they own the bus. When there's some elderly person or anyone else for that matter on the bus, and they will take it over until they finish their journey or try to. And if you said it, well, so I'm telling you, it is here. And it's certainly a Western thing, absolutely. But my point is that suddenly there's 4 of them, and the 3 get off at the next stop, and there's one left all alone. And suddenly this big mouth MF changes into this little darling, like butter wouldn't melt in its mouth. So that's what I mean when I say to you, it's a given. Human behavior, it is so variable instantly, and from minute to minute, hour to hour, depending on the situation. And for most people, I hasten to add, they're not consistent. I will take the opportunity to bring up, there was someone on HAPS just a few hours ago. I was trying to interact with them. I asked a few questions, and they were tired, apparently, not drunk. But because I was asking the wrong questions, not inappropriate, well, they were inappropriate for the individual, they started getting a little upset, but swearing and basically saying it wasn't their job to answer such questions. Well, you just needed to say that. I'm a bit tired at the moment. I can't take techie questions, but no, she decided to have a rant, which is fine. But I can tell you now that individual, it was so blatantly obvious from their demeanor and attitude, which stunk. All right, and all their followers will come back to me now and haunt me, or try to, because she's got plenty of hundreds of people following that will all, back their leader, if you like, and the person that they support. But it was just unacceptable, unnecessary, and I'm telling you now, that person isn't the first time they've done that. It's the sort of person that when they've had a bad day, they walk into work in the morning, and the moment you meet them, you're like, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, not right now, thank you." Actually, worse I've had than that. Expletives like, leave me the F alone right now, because until I get in the door. There's no need for that in life. But some people, and again, it just shows you the type of person, the way they've lived their life, and generally do. Yeah, and I don't have time for that type of person that cannot moderate themselves when they walk into a new situation. And generally speaking, it's from a negative to that positive. All right, don't suddenly react in that positive environment in a way that is a knock-on effect from that negativity. If you need 5 minutes time out before, between those two experiences that you're having as a person, do it, but don't make it affect or allow it to affect somebody else and screw up their day. It's unnecessary, and too many people take their shit into the workplace. That's wrong. Sorry, just saying, but you got me on my high horse there and on my pedestal. It's particularly because this happened a few hours ago with this individual, obnoxious lady. What was her name now? Helen. That's it. I'll say no more. Just saying. Sorry, Jimmy.
No. What I'm saying is that you now I've lost my train of thought. But what I wanted to say was that it's not a given. It's not a given.
Right.
It's not, individuality is not a given and needs to be protected.
No,
I know you went off into something different, but individuality is not.
Well,
and America is in the
oh my
forefront
goodness!
of
Talk about the pot
individuality.
calling the kettle black. Listen, to use an expression from yesterday, yesteryear, and even currently in some places. But listen, excuse me. I'm saying to you, you suggested, that indirectly that humans interact differently when they're alone to when they're in a group, and I'm absolutely agreeing with that. There's no question about it.
Not what I meant. Not what I meant. What I
Well,
meant was,
but we agree they do. We do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I understand that. But we're talking about China,
right?
And they do not respect individuality.
You say they do not respect. Who's they? The Chinese people,
the Chinese government, the Communist Party, socialism, and most people. It's become very popular. It's a very popular thing to become a socialist or a communist, and without understanding the evils that socialism and communism has never worked in any place in the world that it has.
So what you're saying, Jimmie Heaven, is that the Chinese individuals that work in government, professionally, they do not. And they don't allow themselves to, as an individual, acknowledge individuality.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm not saying either way on that. But the point is, let's assume you're right. I think you are right. But that's the point. They've been conditioned. If you want to have this role in government, they've been trained, conditioned, and reminded plenty, and none more so by themselves, to ensure that they play the role, okay? But you could condition them further and, uncondition them from that way of thinking. It's all about education, isn't it? And again, your environment that you grow up in, that you're educated in, and that you choose to live in. So again, it's just like a criminal has every opportunity. For 30 years, they've acted in that way. Belligerent criminality, and not got a proper job or a stable home life, etc. They can always make that choice and change tomorrow and find new people to associate with and become, or some would say, a better person.
Not in China. Not in China. Not in China.
Not in China.
Not in China. I've talked to people.
Don't be no, my friend. The choice is, though, don't be that politician or that.
No, they have no choice. They have no choice. They
Really?
have no choice.
So
So,
they're actually
Martin,
made.
hold on. Listen. In China, and I've talked to some people who've lived in China, and if you're in China, and let's say we're having this conversation now, we would be
Unusual.
no. Let's say we were. Let's say we have something like a Skype conversation, which we sometimes do, and we were talking about something like this. We would be interrupted by the Communist Party and say that we should not talk about this, or somebody would be coming after us.
I'm not disputing that, but there's the option to not have the conversation that is inappropriate.
Yes, of course. What's no? What? Who to say what is appropriate?
Well, ensuring that people don't have their freedoms. So, ironically,
here. Let me tell you something. In America, there's a big issue about racism, and there's a big question about all this stuff. Like people, so they're telling you that you cannot have certain feelings and certain views. And for me, I believe that anybody can have any view they want and any feeling that they want, as long as it does not harm the other person. So if you don't like a certain people, you don't have to like a certain people. You can avoid them. You can do whatever you want, but you cannot harm them. That's your freedom. That's your right. That's not possible in China.
You can't keep yourself to yourself in China.
Absolutely not. Hey, let's say, look what they're doing. Was it the Muslims there?
That's what I just said. The weaker people, Uyghurs.
What is? Yeah, the Uyghur, not the weak. I thought you meant the weakest. Yeah, the Uyghurs.
Never
that's right.
That word. No, never mentioned that.
That's right. And even if they didn't involve themselves with anybody else, and they kept themselves, and even if I did not agree with anything they did, they have the right to be who they are.
Right.
Yeah, and because of prejudices, prejudice. I know I'm totally against prejudices. But there's certain prejudices, like especially a lot of religions have certain prejudices. But as long as you keep your prejudices to yourself and you're practicing your religion, whether I disagree or agree or disagree or not, it does not matter. As long as you don't involve me, I don't care. If you think you have found the way to God or the heavens now or after you die, as long as you don't involve me with it, I don't care.
Well,
if your religion says that people like me are bad and that you should avoid me, then you can avoid me, and I will respect that.
Well,
and you can go on your own way.
Right.
Just don't involve me. I'm fine with that.
So,
if you don't like me, if you find a prejudice me, if you don't like the color of my skin, if you don't like the way I feel or the way I think or the way I talk, I'm fine with that. You have every right to not like me. Dislike me, whether it be wrong or right, I don't care. As long as you don't involve me in it. And I will not involve you.
Right. Jimmie, I think it's time to uninvolve you of the broadcast.
You don't want to be involved with me now.
Right. Well,
right,
I mean, you can continue because, as you know, particularly over here on the Haps app, you can continue as long as you like, right? Because
Martin, I'm nothing without you. Don't you know that?
What we're going to do, Jimmie, is we're going to keep the old Haps going just for a moment while we say goodbye to people on ShineCast, I think.
Goodbye, ShineCast.
Yeah, say until next time, Jimmie, we're going to say we're out of there. Yeah? So...
unfortunately, the background in my ShineCast was great. Oh, here we go. Hey, the cow. I think people on Haps can't see this. Yeah.
Well, not on the live Haps. Maybe we'll work it out so we can have some sort of.
Hey, finally, you're moving. You're moving. It's your StreamYard. I'm seeing you move, Martin.
Well, I'm trying to move to get out of here, aren't I? It must be that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Say goodbye, Jimmie. Thank you very much.
Goodbye, ShineCast.
Absolutely. That was Jimmie Heaven there, as always, in Japan. And this has been me in London. And I'm saying goodbye for now. It has been January the 1st, 2021, Friday. Woohoo. And I've got to get back to work now. So before I do that, I'm just going to say don't forget to share, like, and follow. Please do. And we will be back, Jimmie and I, very soon. And if you do share,
Brenda, we're not done, Brenda. I think he just got. Does he have me on mute?
Are you on mute? No, I haven't. I certainly didn't mute Jimmy's microphone.
I'm putting myself on mute.
I was just going to say, as it says there on my technology, I can't do anything because I'm not allowed to unmute someone who's unmuted.
No. Here we go. Goodbye, ShineCast on StreamYard. It was great seeing you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm going to show you here. Here's my bottle that you can't see because it's green.
Isn't it strange? Jimmy was muted, yet we heard him talking in the background to someone.
I'm muting myself now. Goodbye. Goodbye.
That was Jimmie Heaven. This has been Martin Shine here on ShineCast. Again, please do share, like, and follow. We'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now. I almost forgot. I forgot what we always do here is, Jimmy's literally gone off of this broadcast. Thanks for watching, everyone. I forgot that, yes, we normally come back here after the titles just to say a quick goodbye, etc. from behind the scenes. But Jimmy's gone, so I've gone. Don't forget to share, like, and follow. Thanks very much.